Yo, what's going on, guys? This is just my advice, like you just saw me drop that paper. But also, my friend pointed out to me, my homie said, did you get your tattoo that I think too much from that song? Because he said it right there. He goes, I think too. Play that song, Fade, listen to it. I never even heard that. I was like, nah. I think I saw it on the internet or somewhere, or just popped up in my fucking mind. But this is just my advice, where you guys send in questions you need advice on, and I give you just my advice. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. It's usually pretty good. I think I'm pretty good at giving objective, unbiased, third-party advice. But if it fucks your life up, it's just my advice. All right? It's free. You ain't paying for this, okay? We drinking some delicious bubbler, antioxidant sparkling water that has natural caffeine. Just letting you guys know, because that matters. All right, it matters a lot. And we're also smoking weed. So with this channel, and with these, just my advices, some of them get pretty serious, and I take that shit seriously. So I always like to give like a trigger warning. Okay, if you see me looking up and looking down, there's two monitors, and I'm obviously a narcissistic cunt. So like I'm gonna keep staring at myself, even though I'm wearing a ninja headband. It's because it looks great on me. So just trigger warning for anything like that. This one seems to include something about taking their life or trying to or something like that. I just like skimmed it real quick instantly to see. Just when I like opened up the gallery, I saw it right away, so I thought I'd just throw that in there. And I always try and throw a trigger warning in there if I can, type shit, because I don't want somebody to come here, try and learn something, and then like leave like more anxious and shit like that. So let me read over it real quick. The question, and you always stay anonymous no matter what. You could comment down below. You could DM me on anything. Just like let me know. It's for just my advice, or like it used to be called Poppy Code, but just like this is for the advice thing, whatever. Just like let me know. So, hey Poppy, you've been following your IG live. I do have a question to ask you. I mean, I'm one of the guys who is dealing with depression's perspective. Last month, I tried to take my life. My boyfriend got a call from a friend warning him that I was not doing too well. Went to mine looking for me, and together with the police, he ended up saving me. We haven't really spoken since, besides some brief texts. He said he wanted us both to get better. Oh. All right, so I just read one. So on the last one, just my advice, I saw somebody on my Instagram Live saying, they're like, the God thing didn't make sense. Like, this channel sucks balls. I was like, hey, I think it just went over your head a little bit, man. I get that these ideals might be a little bit, a little out there for you, pal, but as we continue this awesome journey of this channel, we're going to obviously expand on the ideals, wider and deeper, of course, just how us men like it. But, when I say things, of course, on this channel, it's not sporadic. They're ideas and things I have thought out. They might seem fucking crazy to you, but I don't give a fuck. But I accidentally started reading a question that I've already answered before. Last time I wanted to get through a bunch, and I just went on for like an hour after one of them, which is totally fine by me, because this is my fucking show, and I like it that way. I like that. So, this person goes, I want some advice on the relationship that I've had with my best friend of 8 years. He told me that he has never met anyone like me, and that he loves everything about me, but he will not date me or commit to me because I am fat. And he is afraid of what other people will think of him. He thinks that people will think he is settling by being with me, yet he still talks me up in front of his friends. I love him with all my heart, and I haven't found anyone I connect with as much as him. I still hang out with him almost every day, and we do get intimate occasionally. And he says he loves me, but I can't help but feel like I'm being used. I don't love how I look, and I do want to change. What are your thoughts? I'd appreciate a man's perspective. Leave this fucking insecure-ass bitch. Get the fuck out of there. Oh, my God. Wow. Ugh. Never block him. Don't even give him the light of day. Jesus Christ. He said because you're too fat, he's worried of what people think of him? Nah. That is the most beta male bitch shit I've ever heard in my entire life. I'm not even kidding. And I'm being nice. Imagine, I'm fucking missed. Imagine me making that. But imagine, I don't know, like, cock, you're like your dad hearing that, or like your mom hearing that. Like, imagine your dad saying that to your mother or some bullshit, right? Like, that's completely fucked up, right? Like, how, like, it's about how people view me. Like, that's why I won't date you, is because, like, I'm really insecure about other people's perspectives of me, even though a relationship is literally just between two people and nobody else. What a fucking idiot. Is he 11? Okay, so what you should do is, I don't love how I look and I do want to change. What are your thoughts? If you don't love how you look and you want to change, then you absolutely should, and you should only change for you, not this douchebag. Absolutely not. I get that I call people fat in my videos all the time. That's for comedy. This guy, that's fucking mean. That's mean as shit. I say mean shit for comedic purposes. This is just, I mean, like, even if, like, objectively, let's say, you are overweight, this is just a fucking mean, terrible thing to say. Like, this is not, it doesn't sound like, first of all, it's not somebody who loves themselves, obviously, right? And they don't even know themselves. They're insecure with something that they love. That's very weird to me. I don't know. I couldn't, like, that's, man, it's like Skippy. That reminds me of Skippy. He had a video that I wanted to comment on really badly, actually, but he was like, sports is on, but also The Bachelor's on, but guys are supposed to watch sports, but I want to watch The Bachelor, so I'm not sure what to do. I was like, what? What do you mean? What do you mean? You just answered it. Pick the one you want to do, but, like, this dude clearly has no idea. This guy needs you to just be like, hey, fuck you, asshole. You need women make men self-aware, okay? That's why men are frightened of women, right? That's why we're fucking scared of all you. We want to talk to you. You're in groups. You go to the bathroom together. It's really weird. You always gang up on us. And we can't hit you back if you fight us solo. Like, there's no way we could win, okay? But for real, though, like, make him self-aware. Be like, hey, you're a dick. Like, unless you don't think he's a dick, but that's a dick thing to say. It's definitely not a nice thing. It's not a nice way of putting it. It's also like saying he's embarrassed of what people are thinking of him. So what is he thinking people? So he thinks people are going to think he's settling? That doesn't make sense at all. That's I can't even. It's hard to even come to some sort of intellectual conclusion with that, right? Like, we easily could see why other ignorant ass people would say that, but, like, why would somebody care about what other people hypothetically and maybe will think, right? Like, he could be correct, but who cares? What the fuck does that have to do with the, like, that? You definitely need to separate from this person, at least until they can realize, like, who they are and what they like and what they love, and can love themselves and not be insecure about something that in front of people who wouldn't even say anything. And even if they did, like, you got to be secure with that shit. And if you, like, this definitely, I have a huge vibe that this guy's got to figure that out. And what I would do is I would do what you said, change whatever you want to change. And I think this first step, you could easily lose like 160 pounds if you just drop this fucking cunt. All right, on to the next question. I'm transgender, female to male, and kind of have a supportive family, but am scared to come out. How should I come out to my extended family? Wait, you're scared to come out to your supportive family? You're scared to come out to? That I don't understand. If they're already supportive of you being transgender, I don't see why they... Wouldn't it make sense? Wait, wouldn't that even, like, not be coming out, actually? Technically, if you think about it, if you're female to male, you're originally female, and females usually like guys, wouldn't that just make sense? But you're just transgender? If I'm ignorant and wrong, let me know. But I don't know how that works. I mean, but, like, obviously you'd be considered gay since you are a male, right? Like, it would be homosexual, but it would be coming out, but it's not. Like, why? I feel like I don't think you're talking about your supportive family, because I feel like they'd be like, yeah, no shit. Obviously, like that just makes sense. I don't know, but how should I come out to my extended family? Do you have to? If you feel the need that you have to, do it. How did you do it with your supportive family? Have your supportive family with you, right? And if you can't do that, I don't know, ask them for techniques. I don't know, like any family should be supportive. If your extended family is gonna have a problem with it, fuck them. Extended family's weird. You know, I've never really gotten the concept of extended family. It doesn't really make sense to me. Hey, here's this fucking guy. He's your uncle. Give him a kiss. You love him. What? I would never hang out with this guy. What are you talking about? I would never hang out with him if you didn't just tell me that. How is he my uncle? I have to kiss him now on the lips? No. That's like, be like, hey, go kiss your gym teacher. Because your gym teacher's your uncle. Like, what if that just fucking happened? Like, that could happen. Like, wait, that guy's my gym teacher. I had no idea it was my uncle this whole time. He's just really extended. No, I gotta kiss him, Mom. Okay. I really liked all my gym teachers. But I don't really get extended family. Like, I don't give a fuck about them. So, because I don't know them. I don't know anything about them at all. So I couldn't imagine. Like, they haven't fucking seen me. Like, if they saw me, they'd probably be like, look at that piece of shit. Like, I'd always get that vibe from some random, like, from extended cunts in my family. Like, even at my dad's funeral, apparently somebody said, I had a nose piercing, right? They're like, does Mark have that shit in his nose? At my dad's funeral. I was like, hey, I want to find out who the fuck said that, first of all. All right? Second of all, take a look, bitch. It's getting way worse. If you thought that was shit. Oh, my God. Extended family sucks. I mean, you seem like you care to tell them, so just tell them. I'm kind of just now projecting my hate and weird and my curiosity as to why extended family even exists. Really, like, I get it because families extend, but like, it's like, how far down I mean, I get that there is kind of a line where we draw it eventually, unless they live in another country. I feel like that's when we'll just extend it indefinitely. Be like, oh yeah, no, those are our cousins. In Italy, Mom, we don't even speak the same language at all. I could never communicate ever with that person. There is pretty much no lineage connection at all. But yeah, we're definitely closely connected, so we could go stay at their place in Italy. That hasn't happened, and it never will happen. We have family in Italy, though. So, how do I know that? Because I've been told that. Never fucking talk to them. You know why? Because we can't. How to be more motivated when dealing with anxiety. Well, the thing is, motivation doesn't exist. You cannot be motivated. You cannot make yourself motivated. That's not a thing. You have to learn discipline. And I feel like that's a very, very difficult thing to do with anxiety. So, have you talked to a therapist? Have you talked to a psychiatrist? Is this to diagnose anxiety? I'm assuming it is. And I'm going to assume that you should be taking any type of medication to try and quell the anxiety you're having. And if you aren't, you should be the motivation for dealing with anxiety should be having the anxiety. That should be the motivation. It sucks. Anxiety's terrible. That should be the motivation alone. But, yeah, motivation doesn't last. So let's say you were motivated. Let's say you started to learn breathing practices and meditating, and you stopped because you were inconsistent or something like that, and you didn't build a habit of it. Like, that's because you're not disciplined. It wasn't because you're not motivated. It's because you're not disciplined with it. You have to just enforce discipline with these things. Much easier said than done. Right now I'm just looking around for a water bottle so I can continue talking before I dry out and die. But yeah, whatever you're trying to accomplish with it, maybe. And I know it's hard to do things with anxiety, so you have to figure out what helps you with anxiety. To like for instance, a short-term benzodiazepine would be good for anxiety, to build a habit of not being anxious or learning coping methods, or to use that whilst a new SSRI or something like that that's made for anxiety that would start seeping in to your body like that. That's what would be good. Like if I would just talk to a psychiatrist though, obviously, and stuff like that, if you haven't or anything like that, to try and get medicine and things like that to help quell the anxiety, because sometimes it might just be completely overwhelming, and all that shit. I'm gonna get some water, but yeah, that's the first step, is getting help. Oh yeah, baby. By the way, this is my gym outfit minus some jewelry. All right. Let's go on to the next one. My mother has emotionally and mentally abused me since I was a kid. I keep looking for her acceptance, but nothing is good enough for her, and it's killing me. What should I do? Definitely see a therapist. 100%. Because there is, it's a weird thing to try and, why? As an adult person, this is not nice. Okay, so when I say, so I listen to a lot of Jordan Peterson, so there's a lot of ideals that I also practice, and that makes sense. All right, so something I kind of feel with you, right, is to get acceptance with. Like, I can't ever get acceptance from my father. Like he accepted and loved me and everything, right? But he couldn't see my success and accept my full what I was doing. He saw the little bit beginning stages, maybe 3,000 subs and stuff, but like I also it's different, but same. You know what I'm saying? Like it's completely different, but I can keep looking for her acceptance, but nothing's good. Okay, so nothing's good for her, and it's killing me. So, well, okay, so I get I get that. I have kept looking for acceptance. I felt this with my own mother as well, who's alive. So I almost made a joke saying sadly, but that would be a terrible joke. I love you, Mom. I appreciate you. So I keep looking for acceptance, but nothing is good enough for her, and it's killing me. Why? Like, who cares? Or do you do this about other adults? That's what Jordan Peterson says. He goes, "Why?" Like, this is what this just makes a ton of sense to me. He goes, if you're an adult and and you care about your parents' opinion more than some random other adult's opinion, then you're not still a kid, but like, I don't know, like, or is it you're still a kid because you still look at them as gods type shit. You look at them as people who know everything or who know more than you, and they don't. Like, when you become an adult is when like your dad dies, or when you figure out you know more than your parents do, right? Like, you have no guidance type shit, that you're like, you're on your own, fuckface. Like, that's the thing. Who cares about her acceptance? Who gives a fuck? What does she know? To be honest, I would love to know what your mom knows that you need her acceptance for, especially if she was emotionally and mentally abusive towards you. If I would go see if you really, really want this figured out, and it's not, I would seek family therapy is very therapy, family talk therapy and all that shit, and separate therapy for yourself for the emotional and mental abuse. I, of course, extremely sorry to hear that, but I don't see any reason to want acceptance from a parent more than you would some like your friend's parent. There's no difference. They're just fucking adults, the same age. Everybody everybody has no idea what they're doing, especially older people, right? So I never look for fucking acceptance from anybody older than me, man. Oof. How can you move forward when you have a bad reputation, or just remain mentally strong with no one by your side? Interesting. So, bad reputation, or just remain mentally strong with no one on your side. So, I haven't had a bad reputation, but moving forward with a bad reputation depends on what you did to achieve that bad reputation. I would say try and reach out to the people in the that the bad reputation is built around. Like, maybe look inwardly and maybe think about it, reverse engineer why you have a bad reputation, and see how you can make amends for those things that have happened to make that be a part of who you are at this moment. And that's not forever. Remember that. These are things you can fix. And time moves on. People forget about shit. And but you want to see what happened and adjust those behaviors. So you can't, because hypothetically, let's just say I told you just move and get rid of that bad reputation. You might just have these tendencies to build a bad reputation, right? So if you were to kind of look and see what kind of caused this bad reputation, you might be able to, first of all, solve things and solve the problems prior, and also build as a human being upon that. And it actually, I'm not sure your age, but it's not a terrible thing to have a bad reputation and then fix it, right? I'm sure everybody at one point had a bad reputation with somebody. So I would say rekindling even a bad reputation with one person is probably good practice for real life, like any type of situation. That's just good. I would say try and do that. But or just so remain mentally strong with no one by your side. That one's very, very difficult. You have to have. I'm not sure. It's hard. You have to have this thing. You have to. It's almost indescribable. You kind of have to. It's like when you want to do something, right? When I say this, when I'm thinking and talking about it and trying to find the words for it, when I say that thing you want to do that you would give your fucking life to do, the thing that's popping in your mind, okay? That. Like, you need that. You need you. You need to know that you are mentally strong. Like, that's what you need to know. And you don't need people by your side. You don't need outward reassurance or strength or anything, because you can't get that from people. They can't give you strength. They can't protect you, right? They can't do anything like that. They can't protect you from like the hypothetical like snakes and the evil things in the world and shit like that. Like let's say you start a YouTube channel, right? Your friends aren't gonna like be by your side on the comments fighting against the mean people, right? Your friends are probably gonna be dicks about it, actually, and they're not gonna watch, right? No one's going to be by your side, especially if you try. Like, this is the same person asking about the bad reputation thing, but if you're doing something good, there will also be no one on your side, which is crazy. Like, if you try and benefit yourself, because sometimes people will see it as a threat, and I think I've said that prior, maybe even in the last video. So that's good, right? So when you have nobody by your side, that's part of something. So what are you doing to have nobody be on your side, right? Because eventually they will. Eventually other people will. It might not be people in your immediate circle, because if you're trying to do something that's better and they aren't, right? If you're trying to change your brain, oh my God. Oh, he's right outside doing the fucking lawnmower, blowing something. It's real loud. But like, if you're trying to switch up the wavelength and all that, and people aren't going to be on your same frequency, right? Like, people, it just depends. Like, because it really just depends on kind of what you're talking about. But in most things, I would say in any endeavor, good or bad. Bad people shouldn't be on your side, right? Like, you should find out if what you're doing is bad. First of all, especially since you said bad reputation, so I'm really not sure what you're doing. But like, let's just hypothetically say, aim at the highest good, aim at the highest possible good that you can think of, that you can achieve as a person. Okay, and so when you do that of something that's meaningful towards you, right? And when you do that, at first, when you start to aim at the highest good and do what's truly meaningful to you, you're going to start shedding off this like wood, right? Like all these dead things, all these bad parts of you that don't aim or align with that higher good that you wanted to be or want to start doing, right? For instance, let's say you want to get in better shape and have a clearer mind and be more happy and less depressed. So you stop drinking, you start going to the gym more, you start losing weight. Your friends might start hating on you. You start some type of podcast about stuff you like. You start doing things, trying things, dabbling things. You start I don't know, just start putting out ideas, start showing that you're kind of progressing as a human being, right? People aren't going to be on your side in the beginning, especially people who know you because they're used to you, right? So eventually you have to find people who are in your your tribe, your tribe type shit, right? That's a good book to read. That's a good book to plug for you guys. If you guys have read The Dip by Seth Godin, which I have sitting right next to me right here that I'm running through again. I always run through it. I say, if you're going to read any book that I ever suggest, read The Dip, The Last Person Who Did. Messaged me, asked me for more books. They said it's crazy how that is it went with exactly what was in their mind and everything. So another good one is Tribes by Seth Godin. I might have to reread that one as well. I got to find it, but it's super good. You got to find people who, are like you, I guess, or you got to, if no one's by your side, you got to just stick with, first you got to love you. You got to be fine with that, right? Because that's all you have. First and foremost, like I should have said that in the beginning, like, you got to be cool with you. You got to be happy more than, you got to love you. Because, you know how, like, when you learn something bad about somebody that changes your opinion about them? Yeah, and that's only one thing you know that's bad about them. You know everything bad about you, okay? So you need to start really kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm hungry, so I'm having a problem thinking about words right now. You need to examine. It's a better word than examine. The word I was looking for was audit, all right? And audit's like kind of what you're doing, what you're looking for, and why people aren't on your side, right? For instance, like when I started just doing like when I give these random things like you trying multiple things or you just bettering yourself, like that's things I've done, right? And I've been talked shit about from my friends, pretty much all of them. To be honest with you, I couldn't, not all of them, right? But most people didn't really believe that any of this shit would work at all. Hilariously, like everybody's very cynical towards stuff that is statistically unrealistic, right? And they act as if you don't know that. It's hilarious, right? So that's maybe a reason why people aren't backing you. But like if people aren't by your side, it's either you're doing something bad or you're doing something good. And and you eventually will find the people. Because if you do truthfully aim at something that's good and meaningful, right? They're gonna find you. But when you do that, you're gonna have to shed the bad parts of you that don't aim to that higher, truthful good. So you're gonna lose people on your side, man. People are gonna get pissed. Oh, you're not gonna be doing that stuff like us anymore. You're not gonna go out drinking anymore, man. What the fuck happened to the old Mark, dude? I don't want to be fat and hungover anymore. Fuck face. That's what. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, dog. Yeah, like, I even heard people like somebody said like they're like, dude, people say that like you were like abandoned them when you moved to Chicago. I was like, I've never had a child. Abandon who? What the fuck are you talking about? Chicago is very close to where we live. Are you stupid? Are these people stupid? Yes. The answer is yes. If you're doing something good and people are not on your side, probably hating, it's probably, like I said, kind of getting defensive. They're like, who do you think you are? Trying to make yourself all better, right? But if you're not doing something good, you should. Because the bad thing won't work. Guarantee it. Go ahead and try. It's not going to work out in the long run, dog. Okay? And especially it's not going to work out in the long run of your subconscious. It's not going to feel good. So do what feels good and what is good, right? Because I really hope what feels good isn't like just killing the neighborhood cats, even though I fucking hate cats because I'm allergic. But ladies, if you got one, I don't mind. I'll take a Benadryl. It's okay. I can live with it. But like, just don't have the feeling that's good for you be killing animals or people or things that are illegal to kill. If you could legally kill the thing, I guess that's up to you, dog. Like if you just want to go around killing cockroaches, you want to be a cockroach killer for life, exterminator. And that's your higher good and the good thing you want to do. Fucking more power to you. Mazel tov. Merry Christmas. I wouldn't want to do that shit. But yeah, man, I say let's end it at that note because that's definitely something I have written and always on my mind, but I have it on my accountability mirror, right? Where I write a bunch of things that are, I got that from David Goggins, a bunch of things that are true and things that I need to live by when I stare at the mirror about myself, especially when self-reflecting. It's super important to see these things that are important to you. And aim at the highest good is really important. I got from Jordan Peterson, you know? Because that's, I don't know, that's what, to me, that's what this channel is. That's all I want it to be, is to give advice when I do my podcast that people want to talk to them and come up with ideas and help them, give them advice and talk to them about their things, see what makes their eyes glow, you know? And people love to see other people's eyes glow and light up. It's not about follower count or anything like that, or any of these vanity metrics. It's just about the individual doing stuff that they find meaningful and good, which will spread out like a fucking wave, man. That's it. All right? Like if I just get one person to just aim part of their day or something towards the higher good of anything, like any part of it. Like if you decided to start, like Jordan Peterson says, cleaning a room, or if you start a new business, you start working out, anything that's bettering, you know, you start painting, you start doing these things that would give you energy, even though they would take up time, and it doesn't make sense that they would give you energy, you know? For instance, jewelry, like I really love working on jewelry, and like I want to put money into like more into stuff so I can make jewelry and shit like that. I have like not made, I've edited a couple pieces, worked on them here and modified them and stuff to my liking and shit. But like actually make real pieces, and it energizes me. And I've been trying to find and hobbies are really important, and things that are work are really important, and finding a balance and all that stuff. So now this is just me rambling about me. So it's not therapy session for you, Mark. Shut the fuck up, okay? I guess. Yeah, we all working on this together. All of us. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for all the questions. I appreciate you. I got more, but if you want to send in some, please do. Send them in. Message me. Eventually, we might do a call-in one. We'll see how that works, because I can do that. Just on anything. Wineboxpapi on everything. Message me. Let me know what it's for. And I would love to answer it. But, you know, it is. Wait, I'll pick it up. Look at this. It's just my advice, dog. You like that editing? You see that? You see that yellow paper cross by it? Final Cut Pro right there. Who needs it when you can just draw on a piece of paper?